You know that feeling where you've got these massive, roaring ambitions, like grand plans and absolutely incredible visions for your future? But then, when it actually comes time to sit down and do the hard work, you just freeze. You totally struggle to start. Listen, it's an incredibly common, insanely frustrating cycle. But today, in this explainer, we're going to break it by decoding the ancient samurai guide to overcoming laziness. So, is your ambition actually making you weaker? It sounds entirely counterintuitive, right? I mean, we're constantly told that having huge, lofty goals is the ultimate key to success. But what if those grand plans are secretly trapping you? What if the sheer size of your dreams is the exact thing that's paralyzing you into inaction? Well, to figure this out, we actually need to travel back to feudal Japan and look at a pretty powerful cautionary tale. Section 1. The Trap of Dreaming, the story of Yuki. Let's look at a young samurai whose massive ambitions became his ultimate downfall. Okay, so Yuki dreamed of becoming the absolute greatest warrior in the land. He'd spend literally hours talking about his elaborate plans, reading epic stories of glorious battles, and just imagining himself winning these magnificent victories. But when the time actually came to do the grueling, sweaty physical work, Yuki was an absolute master of avoidance. He'd tell himself stuff like, well, the weather's just not right for practice today, or I'm just not feeling 100%, or my personal favorite, I just need to plan things out a little more carefully before I start. It's basically the ancient equivalent of saying you can't start working out because your phone isn't charged or you need to watch just one more episode on Netflix to get in the perfect headspace. He was always finding these clever, highly rational sounding excuses to avoid the intense discomfort of daily practice. Now, Yuki fully expected his soaring ambition to just naturally lead to greatness. He genuinely thought the desire alone was enough to get him there. But reality was brutal. Ambition without action just breeds weakness. As the years passed by, his dreams kept getting larger, but his actual skills remained terribly small. Younger, highly disciplined warriors who actually put in the work every single day completely surpassed him. And Yuki was left facing a really painful realization. His big dreams hadn't lifted him higher at all. They had just made him unprepared, frustrated, and full of regret. That takes us to Section 2, the illusion of motivation, why the dreamer fails. Because Yuki's story, it isn't just some old fable. It actually reveals a profound truth about human psychology. Here is the psychological trap in a nutshell. Your brain literally rewards you just for imagining the future. Seriously. When Yuki found comfort in picturing his victories, or when we talk endlessly about our own grand plans, it completely tricks the mind. The more he spoke of his plans without actually doing anything, the more his mind rewarded him with a dopamine hit, making him feel as if he had already achieved something. Dreaming becomes this very cozy, comfortable trap, and inaction quietly wastes the one thing we can never, ever get back: our time. And this brings us to a massive misconception we all fall for. The myth is that motivation sparks action, that you somehow have to feel inspired before you start. But the legendary samurai swordsman Miyamoto Musashi, he completely flipped the script on this. The truth, as Musashi understood it, is that action creates momentum, and that momentum gives rise to the energy we mistakenly call inspiration. You can't just sit around waiting for the spark. You have to start the friction yourself. Action literally has to come first. The most successful people out there aren't the ones who just magically feel inspired every single day. They're the ones who act even when they feel absolutely zero motivation. So, how do we actually break out of this paralysis? That brings us to Section 3, the way of small steps, building mastery. The samurai basically captured the solution to this in an incredible teaching known as Kaizen Method. It translates to the way of small improvements. It's this beautiful philosophy that the mountain is climbed one step at a time, through quiet, humble repetition. You don't get to the top by staring at the peak and just wishing you were up there. You get there by recognizing that greatness isn't built in these sudden dramatic bursts of energy. Not at all. It's built through continuous, small, seemingly totally insignificant actions that you just repeat relentlessly. Think about it like this. Imagine a samurai student who feels incredibly lazy. He really doesn't want to train. But instead of just throwing in the towel, he commits to practicing just a single sword form each morning. Just one. His friends might totally laugh at this tiny, pathetic-looking effort, but look at what actually happens. Soon, that one movement becomes completely automatic. As he keeps at it, his body quietly grows stronger and his discipline deepens. Until months later, he's built such an unshakable foundation that advanced skills just come with ease. The absolute smallest step, repeated over and over, carries way more power than the grandest, unexecuted plan. Moving right along to section 4, practice over perfect conditions, walking in the rain. Let's connect this ancient strategy directly back to your modern life. The dreamer tells themselves they are just waiting for the perfect weather before starting their journey, right? They want all the traffic lights to be green before they even back out of the driveway. But the master is willing to walk even in the pouring rain. Waiting for motivation or quote-unquote perfect conditions before you begin is a fatal error. If you wait for the stars to align perfectly, you might literally end up waiting forever. Meanwhile, the people who are willing to embrace the discomfort and just walk in the storm, they're going to reach their destination miles ahead of you. Listen to this heavy-hitting wisdom from the great samurai teacher, Yagyo Munenori. He said, "The sword that waits for perfect conditions never leaves its sheath." I mean, let that sink in for a second. If you are constantly telling yourself that you'll finally start that big project, or launch that business, or get to that workout routine when things settle down, or when you feel more energized, your sword is staying right there in its sheath, period. And honestly, that leads us to a tough truth that we all need to look in the mirror and accept. Preparation without practice is really just disguised procrastination. Just talking without actually doing anything creates an incredibly convincing illusion of progress, but it leaves us entirely unchanged. Endless planning is a really comfortable place to hide, but it is definitely not the work that actually matters. Finally, Section 5, Guided by Commitments, the ultimate mindset shift. This is how we permanently break free from fleeting motivation. You know, our constant, desperate need for motivation often comes from a deeply hidden place of fear. When we sit around waiting to feel ready, what we are really doing is just fearing the discomfort of starting. We're afraid of the resistance we'll feel pushing through when we're tired, or we fear that our efforts won't immediately pay off. But true samurai discipline isn't about avoiding those negative feelings. It's about moving straight through them. True strength is acting when the conditions and your emotions are far from perfect. Which brings us to the ultimate commitment. Ancient samurai wisdom states, "I am not controlled by my feelings, I am guided by my commitments." This right here is the cornerstone. You must choose to place your trust in unshakable habits rather than in your totally unpredictable emotions. Real strength isn't saying, "Oh, I feel like doing this today." Strength is looking at the task and saying, "I will do this, whether I feel like it or not." That is how you hand control of your future right back to yourself, instead of leaving it at the total mercy of your daily mood. So, I want you to ask yourself right now, what are you going to take action on today, even if you don't feel like it? Remember Kaizen no Mi. Do not wait for readiness, because readiness is a complete illusion. Just pick one incredibly small step, embrace the friction, and start swinging the sword.